Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. Today is Tuesday, November 21st, 2023. Right now, this is the last week of Planetary Pooja. The program will be going on hiatus for a time, so it won't be here for next week. So we just have a few days together again for the final part of this week. We are about to do a live, in-depth planetary puja using the chart of now, based on my current location in the state of New Mexico in the USA. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and priestess and an AstroVed astrologer, and I'm very happy to have been hosting this program for quite some time. The puja that we have been doing is one that was taught to me many years ago by Dr. Pillai, and I have been very happy to be sharing it with you. Dr. Pillai has said the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. There is a divine light being associated with each of them. In doing the puja, we are connecting with these light beings and inviting their positive blessings to flow into us and also into our world. To do the puja, I'm using the South Indian style layout of the chart. I have drawn the chart in chalk on a little blackboard that's laying flat on a side table here. Also, for doing the puja, I have a little container of water, a lit tea light, an incense stick, a bell, a tangerine, and a bowl of fresh flower petals. I take the water and I sprinkle a few drops of water on all four sides of the blackboard to purify the space where the puja will happen. I put a few drops of water on top of my own head, and I send a few drops of water out into space, symbolically towards all of you, so that whether you're watching this live or later on a replay, everyone is purified going into the puja. We start with invoking Ganesha, archetype who removes obstacles. Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja, and we ask him to remove obstacles in the lives of all the participants, in the physical, mental, emotional, financial, and spiritual areas of our lives. I ask him to remove obstacles for all of us, now and always. And I thank him for his help with this. Now, we do a short Tamil chant, asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atyar Arvarku Mikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. We thank St. Gnanasamunda for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now, we turn our attention to the time Shaktis, or the time elements that are active in my local area. We start with honoring the planet ruling the day. Today is Tuesday, ruled by Mars. I put flower petals on Mars on the blackboard chart. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Next, we honor the star that the moon is in. Right now, the moon is in a star called Purva Bhadrapada, a star that can give blessings to help us towards enlightenment, charity, purification. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Now we honor the Tithi, or the moon phase. In my area, it's the 9th waxing moon, called Navami in Sanskrit. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Navami Devye Namaha. Om Navami Devye Namaha. Om Navami Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet ruling the hour. In my local area, this is the sun. I put flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we acknowledge the yoga and the karana time elements. Dr. Pillai said for these, we would not use flower petals. We would say their names in Sanskrit 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now is one called Harshana, which has energies that are joyous. Harshana, Harshana, Harshana. And the karana that's active right now is one called Kolava, which has energies that are social. Kolava, Kolava, Kolava. Now, we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. We start with looking at the sign that is the ascendant sign. In this case, this is Vrishika or Scorpio this morning in my area. We start with honoring the sign that rules the planet that rules the ascendant sign. Scorpio is ruled by Mars, so we start by honoring Mars as the ascendant ruler. I put flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now, starting in Scorpio, we're going to go around the chart, stopping in each sign that has 1 or more planets in it. We'll go around the chart in a clockwise direction. In the ascendant sign this morning is Mars and the Sun and Mercury. Mars and the Sun are both in the same star this morning, so we will honor both of them before we invoke the star. I start with Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Next, we honor the Sun for being in Scorpio. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Mars and the Sun are both in a star called Anuradha. This is the birth star of both Lakshmi and Vishvamitra. It's a star that can give blessings for both prosperity and friendship. I put the flower petals across Mars and the Sun. Om Anuradhaye Namaha. Om Anuradhaye Namaha. Om Anuradhaye Namaha. Anuradha star is ruled by Mitra, a form of the sun associated with friendship and tolerance. Om Mitraye Namaha. Om Mitraye Namaha. Om Mitraye Namaha. Anuradha star is ruled by the sun. I put flower petals on the sun. Anuradha star is ruled by Saturn. I put flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Now we honor Mercury for being in Scorpio. I put flower petals on him. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Mercury is in a star called Jayesta, a star that can give blessings for courage and conflict resolution. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Jayestaye Namaha. Om Jayestaye Namaha. Om Jayestaye Namaha. Jayesta star is ruled by Indra, an archetype who can give blessings for leadership and power. Om Indraye Namaha. Om Indraye Namaha. Om Indraye Namaha. Jayesta star is ruled by Mercury. I put flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishika, or Scorpio, the most occult of all of the zodiac signs, today containing Mars, planet of courage and willpower, and the sun, which is our soul, and a planet important for our health and self-esteem, and Mercury, planet of communication, business, planet that helps with our sense of humor. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Makara, or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto. I put flower petals on Pluto. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Pluto is in a star called Uttara Ashada, a star that can give long-lasting blessings for success. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. They achieve victory through teamwork. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara, or Capricorn, a zodiac sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities, today containing Pluto, planet that can help with rationality and science. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Kumbha or Aquarius, which today contains Saturn and also the moon. I put flower petals first on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Dhanishta, a star symbolized as a drum, a star that can give blessings for prosperity, music, good reputation. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by Mars. I put flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now I put flower petals on the moon for being in Aquarius. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. The moon is in a star called Purva Bhadrapada. This happens to be Dr. Pillai's birth star, and it's a star, again, that can give blessings towards enlightenment, charity, purification. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, archetype who can help us experience deeper levels of stillness and forgiveness. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada star is ruled by Jupiter. I put flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aquarius, which is Saturn. I put flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha or Aquarius, the most humanitarian of all the zodiac signs, today containing Saturn, planet of patience, compassion, structure, perseverance, and the moon, which is our mind and our emotions. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Meena or Pisces, which today contains Neptune, who is retrograde and extra powerful, and also Rahu. I start with putting flower petals on Neptune. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in the star called Purvabhadrapada, star that helps with energies towards enlightenment, charity, purification. I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada's star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, archetype who helps us experience deeper levels of stillness and forgiveness. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada's star is ruled by Jupiter. I put flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor Rahu for being in Meena Pisces. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Rahu is in a star called Revati, a star that can give blessings for wealth and travel. Om Revatye Namaha. Om Revatye Namaha. Om Revatye Namaha. Revati's star is ruled by Pushan, a divine archetype who helps take care of the cows of the gods. Om Pushanye Namaha. Om Pushanye Namaha. Om Pushanye Namaha. Revati's star is ruled by Mercury. I put flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaheha Namaha. Om Buddhaheha Namaha. Om Buddhaheha Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. I put flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena or Pisces, the most transcendental of all the zodiac signs, today containing Neptune, a planet that can help with intuition and help us with understanding our own inner life. And also Rahu, planet that helps us to think outside the box. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Misha or Aries, which today contains Jupiter, who is retrograde, extra powerful, and also Uranus, who is retrograde, extra powerful. Both of them today are in the same star, so we honor both of them before we invoke the star. I start with Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Next, we honor Uranus for being in Aries. I put flower petals on him. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Jupiter and Uranus are both in a star called Bharani, a star symbolized as Yoni, a symbol representing the female private parts. This is a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti or power. I put the flower petals across Jupiter and Uranus. Om Barnihe Namaha. Om Barnihe Namaha. Om Barnihe Namaha. Barney star is ruled by Yama, an archetype of justice. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Barney star is ruled by Venus. I put flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha, or Aries, a fire sign with very active energies, today containing Jupiter, planet that helps with everything related to spirituality and can help with wealth and everything related to banking or legal matters. And Uranus, a planet that can give blessings for creative abilities, higher intelligence, and astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Kanya, or Virgo, which today contains Venus and also Ketu. We start with honoring Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Venus is in a star called Hasta, a star that can give blessings to help us to be productive and industrious. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Hastaye Namaha. Om Hastaye Namaha. Om Hastaye Namaha. Hasta star is ruled by Savitur, a form of the sun associated with truth, illuminating the truth of things. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Saviturye Namaha. Om Saviturye Namaha. Om Saviturye Namaha. Hasta star is ruled by the moon. I put flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now, we honor Ketu for being in Virgo. I put flower petals on him. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Chitra, a star that can give blessings for creativity and craftsmanship. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Chitraye Namaha. Om Chitraye Namaha. Om Chitraye Namaha. Chitra star is ruled by Twashtar, archetype who is a divine master craftsman. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Twashtarye Namaha. Om Twashtarye Namaha. Om Twashtarye Namaha. Chitra star is ruled by Mars. I put flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Virgo, which is Mercury. I put flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kanya or Virgo, the most analytical and detail-oriented of all the zodiac signs, today containing Venus, planet of diplomacy, love, beauty, planet that helps us with material plane comforts and the arts, and Ketu, who is sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, I take a lit tea light and I hold it in my right hand above the blackboard that has the chart drawn in chalk and the many piles of flower petals. And in the air, I circle the light around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering the element of light to all these divine beings we have just invoked. Next, I take a lit incense stick to offer the air element and also a sweet fragrance, and I circle this around the chart 3 times. Now, I take a bell to offer the element of sound. Now, I take a tangerine, a small fruit representing the earth element, and I circle this around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction. And later in the day, I will eat that tangerine as a piece of prasad or blessed food. Right now, I make prayer hands, and I make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings we have just invoked, asking all of them for their positive blessings to flow into us and also into the lives of our families, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, clean air to breathe, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on this planet have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for a minute, and then we can do short Q&A. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you all very much for being here. If you haven't heard already, this is the last week of the program. It will be going on hiatus, and I don't know when it will reappear. I just found out about this on Sunday, so we are enjoying our last few days together, and I have very much appreciated the support from all of you for this program. Checking the chat, I see Beloved Superstar saying, what is Kalabhairava's planet? And in the current Vedic astrology, Kalabhairava doesn't have a planet associated with him. Kalabhairava is connected with time overall. He's helping us with time management, helping us to learn about time, but he's not necessarily connected to a particular planet. He's not overlord of any planet that I know about at the moment. Kalabhairava and time itself, Dr. Pillai, when he first started talking to us about astrology many years ago, he threw the question out into the room, what causes time? And of course, I'm staring at the floor like, don't call on me because I don't know the answer. And then he said, it's way we notice it here on Earth is by the movement of the planets. We have our solar month, we have our lunar months, we have our day, we have certain things like that. But if the planets weren't there, objects in space weren't there moving, we really wouldn't have a way to be measuring time. We have to be grateful for time. As one of my earlier teachers said, without time, all of our karma would be activated all at once, which could be really horrendous for us to go through if all of our karmas were being activated all at the same moment. So we have to be grateful to time for, spacing some things out for us to work through and to handle and that type of stuff. However, when there's no time, there's also no mind. We go into a timeless state, a mindless state. That's a different dimension. The Kalabhairava is a form of the divine that helps us with time management, helps us to be conscious of how we're spending our time. Dr. Pillai has said, when you insult time, you're insulting money. He says time is money and they are all energy. So time, money, energy, these are all things that Kalabhairava can help us with, because if we're not alert to these things, if we're being lazy or just wasting our time, we're also insulting money, which, is kind of a shocking thing to hear, like, oh dear, okay, that might explain sometimes why people have some challenges with money, is maybe haven't been respecting their use of time. Time is a very, very precious thing. In college, one of my roommates that I had helped with something said, thank you so much for giving me your time. And I said, well, you've helped me at times lending me money when I needed it. And the person goes, yeah, but money is something you can repay. Time is something you never get again. In the same way, every moment is new, is one of Dr. Pillai's teachings. Every moment is new. Every moment you have the opportunity to be making fresh decisions, fresh choices about what you're doing with your consciousness, making a choice to be happy, making a choice to focus on the light. So Kalabhairava, although he is not at present assigned to overlord of a particular planet in our system, he is overall associated with time. And the planets and the movement of the planets is also very much associated with time. So that's as much of an answer as I can give for that. Kalabhairava doesn't have a hora per se. Some archetypes have a time that's associated with them. And so 8 p.m. is a time that you can connect with Kala Bhairava, if Mohini has mentioned that, but he doesn't rule a particular hour. The hours are traditionally ruled by the 7 bright planets, the 7 traditional Vedic planets, meaning not Kala, meaning not Rahu or Ketu, but the other 7 of the bright planets, the ones that we can see in the sky. The horas rotate through that. So that's the answer to that. So if you learn that a particular archetype can be associated with a particular time, that's just a particular time. It doesn't necessarily mean a particular hora. The horas rotate, during the day, during the evening, they repeat. Kala Bhairava, you can reach him if Mohini has told you 8 p.m. or 8:20 p.m. sometimes. Those would be the things to pay attention to. Again, Dr. Pillai continues to give us fresh revelations. We get fresh information when we go to classes with him from time to time. And he has Swarna Bhairavi working classes for Swarna Bhairava, a form of Bhairava who's also associated with gold and with money. And if you think about time as money, that would make sense for Bhairava to have a special connection with money as well. So that's probably as much as I can say about that for now. Beloved Superstar saying, thank you. Your answers are always very profound and insightful. Thank you for being you. Well, thank you all for being here, allowing me to share some of these things that have been shared with me. I'm very grateful to have had the opportunity to be doing this program for, as well. We've done it for well over a year now. I'm very grateful for that and excited to see what the new programs that Pillai Center will be coming up with, what new things will be happening. Enlightened teachers are always creating structures and then blowing them up and creating fresh structures. So it's a happy thing that we're laying the class down for now, and we'll look to see what is being created for us for the upcoming year of 2024. So again, today the moon is in Dr. Pillai's birth star. This is an opportunity to connect more deeply with Dr. Pillai when the moon is in Purva Bhadrapada star. At AstroVed, they have what they call corporate lunch on that day. Everyone in the company is invited to a vegetarian buffet that the company sponsors. It's a chance to mingle with the people from the different departments, a chance for the managers to make announcements, but it's also, connecting us on a deeper level with our teacher, and Dr. Pillai loves to feed people. So that's his gift to the folks at AstroVed is a free lunch once a month, a nice, really nice lunch, a catered lunch that they get to have. So do something nice in honor of Dr. Pillai today while the moon is in his birth star. Say thank you to him. I thank him for allowing us to do this program and for his generosity in the many free programs and the many, many teachings he's given to all of us. So thank you to all of you. Love to all of you. And I'm going to, what is Nalini saying here? I see another comment in the chat. Nalini saying, many thanks for being such a gracious host. You made me feel very peaceful and grounded. My most humble pranams, Swamini Valli. Oh, thank you for that. Evelyn saying, but you are not there, priestess. I'm not there at AstroVed. I think I'm always in India in spirit. My name Valli is a form of a goddess who took a human incarnation. She's very beloved in Tamil Nadu. She's one of the wives of Muruga. So I feel with AstroVed, I'm connected with them. I do readings through their site, through the website. I do part of my pay is based off of doing readings for them. So I'm connected to more than just Pillai Center on many levels. And yeah, I mean, I might not be there physically having lunch with them, but I get the notice that the lunch is happening, and I'm very happy for them, and I celebrate that the lunch is happening. Yeah, so do something nice. Dr. Pillai loves it when we help feed other people. In America, this week will be our Thanksgiving on Thursday, and there are many groups that are collecting food for the needy in your area. Maybe at your market, they have a bin for people to put, non-perishables in, cans or rice, bags of rice or beans, that type of thing. But share back with others. We have been given a lot, so we have a responsibility to pay it back, to pay it forward, I guess, is the expression. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and close out for today. Thank you all. Thank you for pressing the like button, for subscribing. And again, namaste. The light in me truly honors the light in each one of you. Namaste.